Want to bring on Gabriela Rodriguez. Hi, Gabby.
Hi, how are you, Andre?
I'm doing well, thank you. You want to introduce us where you're at right now?
Yes, most definitely. So, good morning, everybody. We're actually welcome everybody to Creator Studio. We're here in downtown Orlando at the Information Center, and they've been gracious to be able to put up some of the quilts that you see behind me. These are actually some local pieces that were created. So we're excited to have them up, and we're going to have someone joining us from the gift shop shortly to be able to give us a little bit of information of how they've been partnering with us today. So I want to introduce myself a little bit. Andres gave an amazing breakdown. My name is Gabriela Rodriguez. She's her Ada. I currently serve as the interim executive director for Latinx, as well as the co-chair for the Central Florida HIV Planning Council, and an amazing proud 2019 Maven alumni. So as I mentioned, we're bringing you these quilts here in Central Florida, and even though our connection is a little bit different, as I mentioned to Andres, I came with him to this idea of some organizations that were wanting to come together to be able to commemorate and honor those that have fallen and have we've lost to HIV. So not only have we been able to create these pieces locally in a workshop that we did recently, and we were able to have them zone in, but we have also been able to give them to several different organizations, as Andres mentioned, to be able to have them outside so that individuals can just drive by and be able to honor them throughout the city. So we've actually been able to host these, not these particular quilts, but local quilts for the last 3 years. And it was actually started after the United States Conference on AIDS in 2018. We were actually able to do not only a quilt ceremony, we had several of the quilt pieces from Washington, D.C. that were loaned to us for about a year and a half that we were able to display into patients. So since we've been able to display those, they actually have over 300 participants that we were able to bring to USC. So that was extremely powerful to be able to see people partaking in the quilt and learning to educate each other. Since then, we've been able to bring it to World AIDS Day for the last 3 years, and we've been able to host the ceremony. And like I mentioned, even though things are a little bit differently, I don't know if we were able to show the actual quilt ceremony, but I would definitely urge you go to the Central Florida HIV Planning Council page, where we have all of the conversations that are posted in regards to the World AIDS Day quilts. I kind of wanted to give you a little bit of history on what the World AIDS Day quilts are and how they kind of got started. So this idea was actually sprouted in 1985 from activist Steve Jones, and he actually created this as an idea to make sure that those that were lost to HIV weren't forgotten, as well as to make sure that the community understood the impact that HIV had within our community. So after, during one of his marches, candlelight marches for Supervisor Harvey Milk, he actually had individuals write individuals' names on it and post it on the San Francisco building. And since then, he felt that it looked like a quilt and it was different patterns. So he actually brought other thought leaders together to create these pieces. Now, to date, it's 48,000 tons and over 100,000 names that have been entered into the interactive memorial. Like we mentioned, even though things are a little bit differently this year, we are actually able to bring it to different places here within the city, but you can also go online and they actually have all of the quilt pieces at theinteractivememorial.org. And you can actually go on there and visit pieces from the states and different counties to either find a quilt, or if you want to create a quilt as well, it actually gives you directions. And one of the things that we did locally with the Central Florida HIV Planning Council is we did the event where we could create pieces. We actually have packets that if anybody is interested in creating a local piece, we can get that information out to you as
well. All right. Thank you, Gabriela. And I believe we are ready to launch our Quilt Tour 2020. So do you want to see the finished product?
Yes, could we bring on our gentleman from the gift shop to say a couple words really quick? Is that okay?
You got this. I'm going to put you full screen and you can take it over. All right.
Awesome.
Hello, my name is Josh. I'm with Discover Downtown Land Information Center. Here, visitors and locals can find out about dining, entertainment, arts, and travel, as well as transportation. We have products created, designed, and invented locally here in our shop local section, as well as having an augmented reality mural. Now, if you can't come down to the shop, it's fine. We have on downtownorlando.com our information, as well as our online shop. And just to celebrate displaying our quilts for you here, we'll be having a special in-store only 25% off sale if you come over to visit us till the end of the year. And with that, thank you and happy holidays.
All right, back to you, Andres.
All right. Thank you. And stand by, Gabriela, because when we go live, we're going to come back to you so we can talk a little bit more about the finished product. All right.
Most definitely.
Our first stop on the quilt tour is the LGBT Center Kissimmee, location 17 West Monument Avenue, Kissimmee, Florida 34743. In August 2018, the LGBT Plus Center Orlando, Inc. expanded operations for the first time outside of Orlando. With help of the Contigo Fund and AHF, funding was secured for the first year of operation. The Center Kissimmee is open 5 days per week and houses Zebra Coalition's Osceola office, serving youths ages 14 to 24. The Center Kissimmee offers HIV and Hep C testing, STI testing, and PrEP linkages 5 days a week. Our next stop on the quilt tour is Peer Support Space. This is their drop-in center located in 880 Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard, Kissimmee, Florida 34743. While it is temporarily closed, they continue to provide their community gatherings and peer-led groups online. Peer Support Space Inc. is a grassroots organization led by and for those in recovery from mental health challenges, trauma, grief, substance use issues, or other obstacles to wellness. They use and help others use the power of lived experience to support, educate, and guide one another while providing additional free options for mental health. They continue to find new ways to serve the community and advocate for the community. And this year, they were one of the participating organizations in the Maven Leadership Collective's Linkages and Enlaces program. As we come back to Orlando, we reach 6101 Lake Eleanor Drive, which is home to the Area 7 HIV and AIDS program at the Florida Department of Health in Orange County, which provides technical assistance to support the HIV and AIDS care and prevention education services offered at the Florida Department of Health facilities and community-based organizations located in Brevard, Orange, Osceola, and Seminole County. Under the leadership of their manager, Kara Williams, their program leads the charge on addressing the HIV epidemic in our community, focusing on patient care, prevention, and surveillance. Moving into the Soto area of Orlando, we come upon the Orlando United Assistance Center in their current location, 507 East Michigan Street. The Orlando United Assistance Center is a place offering support, resources, and hope for those impacted by the Pulse tragedy. The OUAC connects individuals and families with community resources to assist with healing. In the years following Paul's, their program has continued to grow, and very soon they will be transitioning to their new home with the LGBT Center Orlando. Their dedicated staff is always here to serve our community, and they served as the primary organizers for the Quilt Tour 2020 along with Q Latinx. Up next in our Quilt Tour is the heart of the LGBTQ community in Orlando, the LGBT Center Orlando, which is located on 946 North Mills Avenue. Their mission is to promote and empower the LGBTQ community and its allies through information, education, advocacy, and support. The center is one of the largest HIV testing agencies in the state of Florida, doing more than 500 tests per month. Right down the street from the center is the Orlando Immunology Center at 1707 North Mills Avenue. One of the staples of healthcare in the Orlando area, OIC provides exceptional, innovative, and cutting-edge medical care to sexually active adult individuals who are in need for overall wellness care, screening, and treatment. OIC is at the cutting edge of clinical research and is the current home to one of the COVID-19 vaccine trials and the Mosaico 706 HIV vaccine trial, which is currently on phase 3. Entering Winter Park, we find Harmony Healthcare, located at 1400 Orlando Avenue, suite number 205. Harmony Healthcare Orlando is a 501c3 nonprofit organization whose mission is to provide all-inclusive treatment and preventative care to members of the community for PrEP, hepatitis C, and HIV. They are committed to providing their patients with all the resources they need to take charge of their health. Harmony Healthcare is a newer organization, but they have jumped in headfirst, collaborating in every effort for the Quilt Tour 2020. Miracle of Love, Inc., located on 741 West Colonial Drive, is our next stop on the Quilt Tour. Their mission is to provide comprehensive multicultural HIV/AIDS care, education, and prevention services that are effective and responsive to Central Florida communities. Nothing reflects MOL's mission more than the Stafford House, located in 711 Seminole Avenue, and home to both the Divas in Dialogue and the Bros in Combo, who both do amazing work in advancing the conversation around HIV and AIDS.
Well, I gotta go buy some. Yeah.
Further out in Orlando is Alianza for Progress, located on 11602 Lake Underhill Drive. Alianza advances the power of Puerto Ricans and Latinxes by creating winning campaigns that amplify community voices and advance progressive causes to improve the lives of our communities. They embrace a quest for freedom, equality, and justice, using a variety of tactics. Alianza provides ways for people to take action on the issues they care about the most, catapulting those issues into the limelight. Located in Winter Park is the Hope and Help Center at 4122 Metro Drive. Hope and Help is a not-for-profit health organization and medical clinic, offering HIV and STI testing, prevention, and treatment services. Through its community-based HIV and STI prevention and outreach programs such as Restart, Hope and Help continues to change the lives of many across Central Florida. We want to thank Prepare, a program of Aspire Health Partners located at 100 Columbia Street here in Orlando. Prepare partnered with OUAC and the Central Florida HIV Planning Council earlier in the year to bring Relax Success Art Patches of Honor, which gave community members the chance to honor those that have passed by creating their own patches for the quilts you've seen throughout this tour. Finally, we arrive at the newest location for the Central Florida AIDS Quilt, Discover Downtown, located at 201 South Orange Avenue. Discover Downtown is the information center dedicated to all things downtown Orlando. Located near the corner of Orange Avenue and Church Street, Discover Downtown is where you get info on events, attractions, art, dining, lodging, transportation, parking, basically everything you need to know about downtown Orlando. Discover Downtown features wearable art and goods from local makers and brands, as well as a 30-foot downtown-inspired mural by renowned international artist and Orlando resident Boy Kong. The participation of Discover Downtown in the Quilt Tour is an amazing sign of support from our great city, and one of the ways in which our local government tells the world that we are one community united to address HIV. All right. So that was really a labor of love. I can honestly say that. Every organization that agreed to participate did it from the heart. And again, I want to thank you, Gabriela, for really taking the lead and putting this together, because it was truly a joy to go around to the different locations and see the support from our great city.
Beautiful. I agree.
Good. Um, so before we leave, Gabriela, we're gonna hit two things, right? One, are there any remarks that you wish to make right now?
Yeah, just to realize that the goal of this quilt is not only to bring awareness of how large the pandemic is, but that there's still a lot of support and healing that can be done through these pieces.
Absolutely. And I mean, the proof is right behind you. I remember the first time a lot of these sections that are hanging up behind Gabriela, for a while they were in storage, and the first time that we were able to put them together and put them in an actual quilt, and it came to the LGBT center, one of our friends and fellow maven, Joel Junior Morales, had actually made one of those patches for one of their friends, and it was the first time that they saw it displayed. So I'm grateful that we get to do that. And actually, the centerpiece in the one that is over to your left, that is Miss Sheila French. Yeah, yeah, right there. And Miss Sheila French was a member of the Central Florida HIV Planning Council. Unfortunately, she did pass, and we were able to create that piece as a council to honor her. And the fact that it is now hanging in an area that is owned by the city that represents downtown Orlando is huge. And I encourage all of you watching to go and do it.
I agree. Just the conversations that were had while we were creating them, and then you were also a part of the several of the quilt ceremonies for the past years. It's been super impactful. So I'm very grateful to be a part of this. Thank you.
Absolutely. And before we leave, we are actually going to, Gabriela, I don't know if you've had a chance to see what the assessment actually looks like, but this is it right here. So for those of you watching at home, if you have the time, actually, I know you have the time. We can do this. We're all working from home right now. So let's all encourage each other to participate in this survey. And if you just go to orlando.gov/HIV, you'll be able to see it. Language justice is something that is very important to all of us. Thank you to Gabriela and QLineX for making sure that this broadcast is simultaneously being translated into Spanish via the Zoom link. And we'll actually be posting the Spanish translation as well later on. And you can see that the city of Orlando has taken the stars to make sure that this is accessible to all communities, especially those that are disproportionately impacted by HIV. That is why you can take the survey in English, in Spanish, and in Creole. It's not very long, very easy to fill out, and I encourage everyone watching at home to. So, thank you, Gabriela, and I'll see you.
Bye. Have a happy holidays. Thank you.
Absolutely.